Hello everyone, I'm Professor Jones and today we're going to discuss capital assets and non-capital assets. So what are assets? Depending on the type of business, assets can be different things to different businesses. Usually it's anything of economic value that is owned by a small business or corporation, or even individuals have assets, like some of us own vehicles. That can be an asset. Now, what separates that cost for a non-cap and a capital asset is basically the price. For an asset to be considered a capital asset, it has to be over the threshold of $5,000. A non-cap is any asset between $200 and $4,999. So again, depending on your industry, these capital assets and these non-capital assets will be different things. If you're a furniture manufacturer, your equipment that makes your furniture could be possibly your asset, and very well should be. Now, if you're in a small business and you have a bakery, your computer or your printer, your copier may be your asset. And again, depending on the cost, determines the capital asset and the non-cap. Now, what type of items should be included in the cost of a capital asset? Any costs associated with getting the equipment in its normal working condition and is necessary so that it works as intended should be included in the cost of the asset. For example, if we purchased a piece of equipment for $4,000, the shipping and handling was $1,000 plus taxes, additional charges for installation. Those things are all necessary to get this piece of equipment into its working condition. Therefore, it is included in the cost of the asset. Now, additional software, warranties that are not necessarily required but requested from the company or the small business is not considered a portion of the asset. The reason why is that it is not necessary to have this equipment in order for it to work in its normal condition. Another simple example is, say that I'm going to purchase a non-cap. It is a computer and the cost is $150. Once I get my hardware, my software installed on the computer, and I buy the mouse, I buy the keyboard, I buy all the necessary cords, it's now $300. That is now over the $200 threshold, and it is now considered a non-capital asset. Now, say I only want to use this computer to print receipts. I want to use it for my receptionist, and she just needs to print receipts for our clients. Now, if the receptionist wants to download other software that is not necessary to get this computer in its working condition, then I would not include those additional costs in the cost of the asset. Okay, so next we're going to discuss why capital assets and non-capital assets are important to our businesses.